Hello everyone, myself Vivek Raj. In this particular video lecture, I will be talking about the new public administration. So basically we will try to understand how new public administration idea has emerged and what was the need for it. Like definitely we are aware of कि पहले public administration आना चाहिए, है ना? And then new public administration. So we'll try to understand that how come the need for new public administration arises and why we are dealing with this new public administration. Okay, so let's talk about this new public administration. New public administration, right? So basically, we will be aware of that public administration is about serving people, because we are aware of that there are two terms, the public and the administration. So definitely here the public stands for the government and the administration stands for to look after, to care for, or to serve the people. Okay, so when it stands for the government to look after the people and government to serve people, okay, so definitely no matter what kind of circumstances we are having, कैसी भी situation चल रही है, but every time government should be in a position to help people. Okay, to government should be in a position to serve people interest, right? So we are aware of that in the year of 1887 there was an essay published by father of public administration, we can say, the Woodrow Wilson, and the essay name was the study of administration. Study of administration. Okay, and definitely through this particular essay Woodrow Wilson tried to emphasize on the need for having public administration or need for having the separate study of administration. इसीलिए उन्होंने ये publish किया, right? And after this particular year or the publication of the essay, that is study of administration, every time the public administration was facing so many challenges. For example, the first challenge was coming from the very mother discipline called political science, that since the political science is also standing for the government to serve people, okay, and government to look after the people, then what this discipline will be doing specifically, right? तो ऐसे challenges आ रहे थे. उसके बाद public administration was facing challenge from the management because of its definition. will not be going into that detail because वो एक अलग discussion है. अभी हमारा discussion focus रखेंगे new public administration पे, ठीक है? तो पहला challenge कहाँ से आ रहा है? Political science से. दूसरा challenge कहाँ से आ रहा है? Management से आ रहा है, right? Then उसके अलावा we are facing challenges from public administration is science या public administration art है, इस वजह से challenge चल रहा है, right? So during all this period, starting from 1887 to, we can say, mid of the 20th century, that is 1950s, 60s, public administration was some or the other way, it was evolving. Okay, but now basically I'm moving towards how this new public administration idea is coming, right? So what happened is, during the decade of 1960s, there were some particular problem that the American administration was facing. For example, the first issue was the prolonged Vietnam War. Okay, the problem number one, क्योंकि अभी public administration आया है, it is providing the services to the people, but still after so many years of this idea, this is something that we are facing. American administration is facing this problem, that is prolonged Vietnam War. Okay, the problem number two, increasing population. हमारे पास ये भी एक problem है, like it was arising in that period. Okay, then we were facing the environmental problem. Okay, environmental problem we were facing, ठीक है? And we can say the poverty and etc. we can say, right? So when Woodrow Wilson very confidently came up with the idea of public administration, that public administration will be coming and the authority and the government will be providing all the help to the people, right? But somehow during this decade, public administration started facing so many problems, and problems are in front of you, some of them, right? So when these problems are coming in front of American administration, then at this point of time, the efficacy or the legitimacy of public administration is being questioned, right? So when now the questions are being raised that if all these problems are coming, then what is the need for having a separate discipline called public administration? So now here comes the idea of new public administration. Now people aspired for or people demanded for कि अब हमें public administration नहीं चाहिए. We need a separate discipline which should be having value. So basically I will be talking about the new public administration, particularly context आप लोग समझ गए हो. I am believing that. Okay. तो जो public administration का idea start हुआ था in the year of 1887, अब वो diminish हो रहा है 1960s में. एक नए डिसिप्लिन, एक नए टाइप के डिसिप्लिन की डिमांड हो रही है. दैट इफ वी आर फेसिंग सो मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स, then what is the need of this? What is the relevance of this? So that's why need for a new ideas are coming into picture, and now it is being demanded कि अब हमारा public administration ऐसा होना चाहिए which will be having the feature number 1, relevance. ठीक है? What is the meaning of this? Meaning of this is that although public administration stands for government to look after the people, the authority to serve the people, to government to, we can say, take care of the people, that is fine. But now the kind of problems that we are facing in the decade of 1960s, अब हमें एक ऐसा डिसिप्लिन चाहिए, ऐसा पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन चाहिए which should be relevant. Meaning that if Indian society is facing the problem of unemployment, तो हमारा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन किसके लिए काम करना चाहिए? अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट को खत्म करने के लिए काम करना चाहिए. It should not be otherwise. It should be relevant to the people. If I am facing the water scarcity, administration should be looking into that. तो related होना चाहिए people से. It should be relevant. Okay. So this kind of the administration we are looking for now. Okay. So that's why you can see the need for the new public administration arising, and new public administration is something which will be having these kind of values. Okay. The value number 2 is, we can say, value, right? So now the public administration that we will be having 1960s onwards, we will be having the value में क्या होगा? इक्वालिटी. वैल्यू में क्या होगा? जस्टिस. ओके. एंड वी कैन से लिबर्टी, क्योंकि हमने प्रीएम्बल तो पढ़ा ही है, लिबर्टी, राइट, एंड एटसेट्रा. तो अब हमारा पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कैसा होना चाहिए? It should not be just about providing the services to the people. No, this is not public administration something. This is not, at least we are aspiring for, right? So now society is facing so many problems. तो अब हमें ऐसा डिसिप्लिन चाहिए जो रेलेवेंट हो. It should be having a relevance. It should be having a value. जो पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन लोगों को इक्वालिटी प्रोवाइड कराएगा, जो पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन लोगों को जस्टिस देगा, लिबर्टी देगा. This kind of public administration we are looking for. Okay. Feature number 3. We look for social equity. Right? So we also aspired for social equity. Definitely I have already wrote about the equality. Definitely there is a difference between equality and equity. So equity is about giving the due recognition to every section in the society. It should not be about that rules and regulations are uniformly applicable to everyone. No, it should be recognizing people specifically according to their need, according to their situation in the society, right? So social equity, what kind of section or which section demands the government assistance more, and which section demands the government assistance less. All these things should be taken care of, and then only the services should be provided. Okay, so that social equity we looked for. Okay, then the goal number 3. This is also called as the goals of NPA. Goals of NPA. ठीक है, आई होप इट इज मेकिंग क्लियर सेंस कि हमारे पास न्यू पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्यों होना चाहिए. ठीक है, सो यहां पे नेक्स्ट इज पार्टिसिपेशन. ठीक है, पार्टिसिपेशन. What is the meaning of this goal of new public administration? The participation stands for that till 1960s we can say, when the new public administration idea was not into picture, right? तो तब तक क्या चल रहा था, that government will be making best kind of policies for the people. Okay, government will be making best kind of policies for the people as per its capacity. जितना भी गवर्नमेंट अच्छी पॉलिसी बना सकती है, गवर्नमेंट वैसी पॉलिसी बना रही है, बट विदाउट पार्टिसिपेशन ऑफ पीपल, राइट? सो डू यू थिंक कि अगर लोगों का पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं होगा तो गवर्नमेंट अच्छी पॉलिसी बना पाएगी? Certainly it will not be possible. That's why now the new public administration, which is the new public administration which is coming into picture, it is demanding for participation. जब आप लोगों के लिए पॉलिसी बनाओगे तो लोगों का पार्टिसिपेशन भी होना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, टुडे गवर्नमेंट इज कमिंग अप विद अ न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. सो न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, आपको लगता है गवर्नमेंट विल बी एबल टू फॉर्मुलेट द पॉलिसी इन ऑल गुड सेंस, in all the good manner? Definitely there will be so many problems if people views will not be incorporated. या हम इस क्लास की बात कर सकते हैं, if we are going to talk about the timing of tomorrow's class, तो बेस्ट कब हो सकता है? जब हम सबके व्यूज लेंगे. आप कितने बजे आ सकते हैं, आप कितने बजे आ सकते हैं, आई लाइक दैट. मतलब कोई भी पॉलिसी बन रही है, पीपल पार्टिसिपेशन शुड बी देयर. तो दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट गोल ऑफ एनपीए, that is participation should be there. ठीक है, and last but not the least definitely is very important, that is client orientation. Client orientation. And whenever I used to write this last goal, I definitely used to get a sense कि आपको लग रहा होगा कहीं ना कहीं all the 5 types of goals more or less are going on the definitely on the same direction. क्लाइंट ओरिएंटेशन, मतलब यहां पे भी क्लाइंट ओरिएंटेशन है, यहां पे भी क्लाइंट ओरिएंटेशन, एवरीवेयर क्लाइंट ओरिएंटेशन वी आर हैविंग, मीनिंग दैट व्हेनेवर वी विल बी मेकिंग द पॉलिसीज, सो पॉलिसीज शुड नॉट बी फॉर एनी अदर पर्पस बट फॉर द क्लाइंट. लोगों की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है. लोगों की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए वी हैव द डिसिप्लिन और पब्लिक डिसिप्लिन कॉल्ड पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, और वी कैन से वी हैव द डिसिप्लिन दैट इज द we have the authority, that is government. Okay, हम क्यों वोट दे रहे हैं? So that government will be formed and government will be helping. ठीक है, so इस वजह से हमारे पास क्या है? Client orientation. ठीक है, so these are the goals of new public administration, and I hope you have got the fair idea why the new public administration need arises and what were the goals of new public administration. Thank you. We'll be meeting again in the next video. Thank you.